welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, baby, welcome to the party, period. So today, this is my first ever tea session. I went on Instagram and I asked some people to just ask me some questions, like anything that I can give advice on, or a story you want to tell me that's like some tea, something interesting. I didn't really get that many of those, but I did get some things people wanted advice on, which I was actually surprised about. And so I'm gonna answer a few of those questions. I'm very excited. Of course, I'm not like an expert on anything. I'm still young. I still, I don't know. This is just strictly my opinion on the things that you guys asked me. And so I hope this can be helpful. I hope it can be fun, because I really want to do some more of these. So before we get into this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on my post notifications so you don't miss the rest of my videos. And follow me on all of my socials. I do follow back and interact back, period. So we're just going to hop right into the video. I wrote the little questions down, period. I need to stop saying period. Oh my God. Okay. So the first question, I'm going to try to do them like in the order that they kind of relate. So I got a question about advice for starting a YouTube channel. Now y'all know I have a lot of years of experience in YouTube because I've done it over the years, but I have not been consistent enough to really be what I would feel is successful. But to me, successful, y'all know I'm a little hard on myself. And honestly, a lot of these questions, I'm really talking to myself. So let's just let that be known too. But in terms of YouTube, I do have that is not cute to be talking and eating like that. Hold on. I don't even know why I did that. Okay, so I do have a lot of, what I was trying to say is that I have a lot of years of experience and I know how it works with YouTube, but in terms of like boosting your channel or really getting it up there with like the tons of support, I'm still learning because I'm not consistent enough. But what I would say if I started a YouTube channel, based on what I literally just said, do it because it's a passion of yours and something that you really want to do, or something that you really have fun doing. Because a lot of people look and they be like, oh, he's just a YouTuber, she's just a YouTuber, but they actually be putting in a lot of work. Like, YouTube is a lot of work. If it wasn't, everybody would be doing it. Everybody would be making that YouTube money. Everybody not making that YouTube money, everybody not doing it because it's a lot of work. And so don't go into it like, oh, I can make a lot of money off of YouTube, because you're going to be putting in a lot of work to get to that point. And I would say, even though this is kind of like hypocritical of me, but be consistent. Because I've seen, like, every time I put out a video, my channel grows in some way. So if I was consistent enough, my channel would be bigger than what it is. So I would say, be consistent, and also, y'all, be true to you. Like, I see a lot of people starting channels doing these crazy things just to get the subscribers and the support. But to me, that doesn't really make any sense, because it's like, why would you start out doing something that's not really authentic to you, and then that's the traffic you brought to your channel, and you're just gonna be miserable? Like, actually start off doing the things that you want, doing the things that make you happy, that you have fun doing, that you love, because that's what's gonna make your channel at the end of the day, when it is successful, or when you are putting in that time, it's not gonna feel like work. It's gonna feel like something that you just truly enjoy doing. With YouTube, I'm still learning. I'm trying to be back consistent. I say that all the time, but I'm seriously trying to be consistent again. I actually have a plan. I think that's my biggest downfall that I can say with YouTube, is that I would start and I would intend to be consistent, and I can edit a video quick. Like, that's not an issue. It's more so the content. Like, I feel like that's the hardest part, just getting in front of the camera and actually recording and actually putting out ideas. Because also the things that, which is why a lot of people do fall off from being authentic to themselves, is because a lot of the things that blow up on YouTube or social media in general are things that are crazy things. People live for the drama, people live for the tea, people live for things that might not necessarily be what you want to do. And so that also makes it hard. Like, you might want to do some content that might not blow up, or people might not be interested in. But so just kind of like have a plan and write down those things. Write down the videos that you want to do. And actually like put some thought into things that you naturally want to do yourself, but also what would bring people to your channel, and actually have a list of videos that you want to record, a long list of videos that you want to record that you can reference, so that you don't put out your first video and then be like, oh, okay, what now? And then weeks go by and you haven't recorded anything because you don't know what to do. That's like my biggest issue with YouTube. So that's my advice for starting a YouTube channel. I mean, there's 1,000 other things that I can say, but I'm just gonna keep it at that. My next 3 questions, actually, I got a lot of questions about college, and so I'm gonna answer these 3 questions about college. So the first one was advice about picking a college. So what I would say about picking a college is do your research. When I applied to the schools, y'all seen, I made that video about all the schools that I got accepted to, and I got accepted into like 20 something schools. I had $1.5 million in scholarships. It was a lot, and I honestly feel like now that's kind of the culture. Like, everybody want to know how many dollars in scholarships. They want to have the highest amount of scholarships ever. They want to just apply to all of these schools to be accepted, even though that they know that they not gonna want to go to half of the schools that they applied to. It's just really crazy. And honestly, you get all those. I got $1.5 million in scholarships, but I was only able to accept one of those schools. So at the end of the day, it was for nothing. But my reason for applying to all of those schools was just because I was indecisive. I didn't really do it just to be like, oh, I got this much money. I just applied to 20 freaking schools because I am indecisive and I needed those options. And so what I would say is, you can do that in a smarter way though. Actually sit down, come up with a list of options. Things like your major, are you a student athlete? Stuff like that plays a big part. I would say to the kids in Chicago specifically, applying to a college is easier than applying to some of these selective enrollment schools we got to go through. Like, a lot of kids across the state, across the country, do not have to go through what Chicago kids have to go through in order to get into a high school. Like, that application process, college is, yes, college is a higher level of education, but in terms of actually getting into the school, that's not as hard. What's more so hard is getting those scholarships. And so I would say write down a list of schools. I'm pretty sure they tell you, like your counselors, you can do like some safe schools, and I forgot what they call the higher schools that you apply to. I forgot, y'all. It's been a minute. But just like them dream schools that you might not, I don't know, like you might get in, you might not get in, I get a huge amount of money. Make a list of schools that you would want to apply to. And you really have to think about everything, like the distance, where the school is, how far is it from home. Like, if you're a person who likes to travel back home frequently, you might not want to go 1,000,000 miles from home because you want to, you know, you want it to be attainable. Money was just the biggest thing for me. Like, I just didn't want debt. So that was a huge thing for me picking college. And then also where you're gonna have fun. Like, yes, I understand that this is a place that you're gonna further your education, but you also want to spend these next few years, these next 4 years or even more if you go in for a higher degree, you want to spend that in a place that feels like home, or that's fun and you can like have friends. And honestly, the big thing that I would say when it comes to picking a college is do what makes you happy and do what you truly want to do. Don't make the decision for other people or based on what other people feel that you should do, because at the end of the day, this is going to be your experience. You have to do it for the next 4+ years. And so really make the decision based off of what you want to do. I said this in that video 2-3 years ago that I made about the colleges I got accepted to. Like, really push out all of the noise, all of the opinions and everything, and just really think about, like, spend a lot of the time figuring out what you want to do, because at the end of the day, it's your experience, your journey. So yeah, that's my advice for picking a college. I also was asked advice staying home versus going away. So I stayed home for college, and what I would say to that is, a lot of people say that they recommend that people go away for school because it builds character development and you learn how to live on your own and everything. And I think that that's great. I can't really speak on that because I didn't go away for school. But I also feel like if you are more comfortable staying home, I think you should do that. I stay in Chicago, so a lot of the students that I went to school with, or a lot of my friends, they wanted to get out of Chicago. Y'all know how Chicago is. Everybody wanted to get out. They're like, I can't do this. I want to leave. I want to, which is okay. But for me, y'all, I love my city. And I want to conquer and build and grow in my city. Like that's been my dream since I was little, to whatever I do, I want to give back to my city. And on top of that, I was fortunate enough to be able to have a family business here. And so I wanted to learn my business while working on other endeavors in the city. And to me, it just made sense to go to school in the city because I was doing so many things at once. I didn't want to just drop it just to say I went away for school. I do have those moments where I'm like, dang, how would it have been if I went away for school? I do think that the independence that you can build going away for school, you can also build that at home. People who stay on campus, who live in the city of Chicago, they feel like it's like going away. Like they're not with their parents every day. They have the freedom. So I just think it's what makes you comfortable. I would say, really think about what is keeping you home. If you do decide to stay home, is it out of fear, or is it because you genuinely want to stay in your city or where you live? Because if it's out of fear and you really want to take that risk to go somewhere else and you're just nervous, I think you should take that leap. But if you really want to, like me, build in your city, stay in your city, you can travel to other places. You can go to other schools for homecomings, and it's not really phasing you too much to stay home, then I think you should stay home. It's really just up to you. My experience staying home, I love it. I love my city. I love being able to navigate my city as I'm older, because obviously you can do certain things as you growing up that you couldn't do in like high school. So just, navigating your city, having fun. I love it. I really love it. And just the fact that I'm around family. I'm a really family oriented person. And so I know me, like I would have been one of those people I was talking about earlier that had to travel back and forth frequently. So yeah, it's just really all about what makes you comfortable. I also was asked advice for someone considering dropping out. I know y'all like, why are you asking her that? And this must be somebody close to me, because honestly, y'all, this journey of college has been, I've been learning a lot too. And so, I've also had that point where it's like, and I'm in that point, honestly, where it's like, I'm not really sure about, if college is a route for me and stuff like that. And so, what I would say to somebody considering dropping out is, why are you dropping out? Like, you really have to, like with the last question, you really have to sit with yourself and figure out what you want to do. Have a plan. Don't just be like, I don't want to do school just because you don't want to do school, because in that case, are you dropping out because you don't want to put in the work, or you being lazy, or are you dropping out because you just feel like college doesn't serve you a purpose? A lot of people feel like you should go to college regardless, just for the experience alone. And I would just challenge you to question, why are you in? What made you go to college in the first place? You reflect back on the time that you were actually applying to schools and you actually first walked on campus and started taking those classes, and really think about what made you go in the first place, and are you ready to give that up? Like, what happened in that time to make you want to drop out now? You might want to take some space from college. You might want to take a break. I know a lot of people say breaks make you not want to go back, and that's very true. And so I would say while you're in college and you have that momentum, if you feel any inkling that you want to continue with it, or you want to go to school, just continue going. Like, keep that momentum up, because once you get that break from college, we all have it. Like, during the summer times, they be like, dang, we gotta go back for this fall, like, what is going on? Or even winter break, those few weeks, they'd be like, dang, we gotta go back. So just really, I don't know, have like a moment with yourself and figure out what you want. If you're not going to college, what is it? Because I am a huge supporter of figuring out doing a trade or being an entrepreneur and all of those things. But it's also, those routes are hard too. Like, it's gonna be things that you don't like about those endeavors, that you, just the same way that you might not like some things about college. I feel like I'm a firm believer that there's no right way. I know a lot of people feel like having that degree, you know, is secure, but there's no right way. A lot of people get those degrees and don't even work in their field. We're at a very young age where we go to college and we're being asked to figure out what we want to do for the next decades of our life. And that's a really hard decision to make. And so nobody has it all together. Every journey is hard. And I think each journey is what you make it. So really figure out what you want to do, pick what you want to do and stick to it, and go hard at whatever that is, because every journey is going to come with its complications. So just do what makes you happy. If you feel like college doesn't serve you a purpose and you can be happy elsewhere, do that. But also make sure that you can, you know, provide for yourself and be happy with whatever you decide to do outside of college. And speaking of all of this college talk, if you're in Chicago, in exactly 2 weeks from today, I am hosting my It Girl to It Grad event. It's basically a panel about life after high school. There will be one panel of girls speaking on behalf of colleges, and another panel of girls who decided to do a trade or art. So literally what I'm talking about now, just the different routes of college, the different routes of life after high school, I mean. And I think it's going to be a really cool event. We're giving away scholarships, we're giving away so many things. I have some really cool young Black women on my panel. Everybody working my event, from the videographer, photographer, DJ, they're all young Black women. So I'm really excited. I will put the link in the description below where you can register to get your tickets. They were $10, but at the mark where they're $15 now. I'm extremely excited because this is just a topic that I'm truly passionate about. I feel like there's no right way to success, and I just really want the young women of Chicago, like I said, I want to get back to Chicago and everything I do. So I just really want the young women of Chicago to feel supported no matter what they decide to do after high school, or any age. Even if you're still at the college level age and you're still lost on what you want to do, I think that this would be a really cool, insightful event to attend. So I would love to see you guys there. Please use the link in my bio to register for the event. Moving on, off of college. So the next one I have is, somebody said that they have a jealous friend who doesn't like when they hang out with other people. And so I also said that the friend also feels away when, like, they're not communicating, they're talking all of the time. Y'all, I hate a clingy friend. I don't want to say I'm not a consistent friend, because that would be a bad way to say it, but I don't want to babysit my friends. Like, I definitely feel like you should reach out to the people that you love and you're friends with, just to show them like you care for them. I don't ever think it should be a one-sided thing where they're always reaching out to you. But I do feel like my biggest pet peeve is people who get in their feelings when they're not able to access you when they want to all the time. And it's like they automatically just jump to like having an attitude, when it's like, whoa, did you check on me? Did you see if I'm okay? Did you see if like I have the mental capacity for what you asking me to do or talk about or anything? Like, I feel like that's extremely important. They're not as talkative as they usually are. Like, honestly, one, they might need some space. Like, they might be doing other things with other friends or their significant other, or just spending time by themselves, and I feel like that's okay. So I don't think that it's necessarily, or they might be going through something, and I think that that's really selfish to automatically get in your feelings about something that you're not getting the response right away. I just don't think that that's fair. And so I would let that friend know that. And also a jealous friend hanging out with other friends. Why? Like, do you want to be my nigga? No, but for real, like, I've never understood that whole, like, you're my friend and you can hang out with other friends. If anything, I would say, like, y'all could hang out. Like, if you have a group of friends that person wants to hang out with, why not make it a group thing? But the fact that she's jealous that you hanging out with other friends, or he, I don't know if this is a girl or guy, but just the fact that they're jealous will make me not even want to like extend that invitation. So I don't know. I think it's just, which I've learned to do recently, is set some healthy boundaries with friends. Some friends are for certain things, and this friend, I don't know, seemed like a very high maintenance friend. And so I would just ask you, like, what are you comfortable with? What are your boundaries that you want for this friendship? How often are you willing to talk to this person? I just don't think that's cool. Yeah, I just don't think that that's cool at all. I would definitely let that person know that that's rubbing me the wrong way. To actually, like, if you can't contact me right away, maybe there's something going on. Maybe you shouldn't like jump right away to having an attitude. And also, when it comes to hanging with other friends, you're entitled to having other friends. Like, this is not like, I don't know why that would be an issue. Yeah, it's sounding possessive, and I really don't like possessive nothing. Possessive friend, like, none of that. Okay, and the last question that somebody asked me was, could you talk about identifying a man who won't invest in you? And they kind of clarified with like whining and dining, treating like a queen, kissing the ground you walk on. So I think that this is a very, and you know, y'all, I'm not a relationship specialist. Like, I'm only 20 years old and I haven't been in that many relationships. But I would say, from what I've learned in terms of this, is that one, love languages are extremely important. I honestly have my love languages wrong. My love language changed, honestly, or maybe it didn't even change, but maybe I learned myself more in relationships. But I think it's very important to know how you like to receive love and how that person likes to receive love, and also how you like to give love and how that person likes to give love. So for example, your love language may be physical touch, and your man, the way he loves to show his love and appreciation for you is he want to give you a gift. And that might not necessarily be what you want and need, and that has to be communicated, because people love the way that they love, and they receive love the way that they want to receive love, and that has to really be like something that y'all work on and understand, because he might be used to giving gifts and you might want physical touch, and because he's so used to just naturally wanting to give gifts when he wants to show his love and appreciation for you, it's going to take some time to now give you physical touch. You know what I mean? So in this example, basically what I'm saying is communicate and tell your partner, like, you want to be treated like a queen. You want the ground that you walk on to be kissed. Like, you need to be pampered in order to feel love, because that might not necessarily be how he naturally gives love. On the flip side of that, I would ask, because sometimes what I've learned is that, honestly, because people love, like, somebody may love you and they love you to the best that they can love you, but it might not be necessarily the way that you want to be loved, and it might not ever be enough for you unless that they're, like I said, you work on this stuff and you figure out how each other wants to be loved. But sometimes somebody could say that they love you and actually mean it, but the way that they give their love and show their love, it just don't work for you. And so I would say y'all need to really sit down and figure out the steps that you need to take in order for you to feel loved and actually feel like you being treated like a queen, because he may feel like he treated you like a queen, and you may be like, but no, you're not doing this, you're not doing that, and he just don't know. So I would really feel like, first, communicating, taking that step to actually talk about your love languages and what y'all need and what you need specifically, to feel loved and feel like a queen, feel like a princess, feel like you being wine and dine, all of that stuff. Make that known. And then also I would ask, something that I'm learning huge, that person might know, like, y'all might got the love language thing down pat. That person know what you need, that person know what you want, but are you too accessible to that person? Like, do y'all have those moments where y'all miss each other? Sometimes I would just question, like, do you feel like because you're so accessible or always around, that person just knows that you're there and they're taking you for granted, that type of thing? Because in that case, then make that nigga miss you. Like, that might be the answer to that question. And so I don't know what all is going on here, but I do feel like the first step in both of the scenarios that I did mention is communication. Like, really figure out what's going on, what's the disconnect, and then go from there. So that was my first tea session, tea time with Maiya. I don't really know what I'm gonna call you yet, but that was my first little session. I did have fun. As y'all can see, I can ramble, so I definitely might need to start like putting bullet points and thinking about these questions beforehand, just so I can wrap these answers up for y'all. But I do hope that it was helpful, and I do hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to doing another one. So if you did like this video, please like and comment. Let me know some more content that y'all want from me. I'm trying to be consistent, y'all. Help me. Help me. Help. What did Kevin Hart say? Help me. Okay? And go follow me on all my socials. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys at my It Girl to It Grad event. 2 weeks. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.